Outside the Lines, brought to you by Acura. Acura. Advance.
When the Witch Creek fire engulfed much of northern San Diego County 2 months ago, thousands of people were evacuated and many were sheltered at Qualcomm Stadium, the home of the San Diego Chargers. Of course, it's also the home, so to speak, of linebacker Shawne Merriman, arguably the NFL's most gifted defensive player. For Merriman, the pain of being displaced was all too familiar. So if anyone could empathize with the masses camping out on his turf, it was he. As Tom Friend of ESPN The Magazine reports, Merriman has channeled that empathy into action.
There is a certain fire in Shawne Merriman. It is a fire from his past, a fire that on October 21st showed up again in his own backyard.
Santa Ana winds arrived in San Diego on schedule, and within hours, the Witch Fire was sparked and racing toward Ramona. The winds tonight have picked up and blown steadily at 50 miles per hour.
Merriman came home late that afternoon to a familiar smell, a haunting smell.
I had 2 real bad fires before growing up, once when I was 11, another when I was 16. It was almost like this can't be happening again.
Here is one of the most explosive players in the NFL, but he has a weakness, the scent of smoke. As a child, an arsonist burned his apartment building to a crisp, and he watched a 4-year-old girl die in the blaze. Years later, when his mother couldn't pay her electric bill, a stray candle ignited another fire, gutting their townhome.
I think the worst thing about a fire is losing everything. You know, losing memories, losing, pictures, losing items that you can't replace.
So now, as San Diego burned, Merriman was reliving it all, and it had him racing to his back patio.
And the top of the flames were right here over the hill.
Fire evacuation notice. You have to evacuate your houses immediately.
10 miles from Merriman's house, Josh Mello and his family made plans to get out.
We got moving, we started packing up, got just this, things that you're told you're supposed to get. Got our family pictures, got our some documents.
In the wee hours of October 22nd, Mello rushed through his house snapping pictures for insurance purposes. The bedrooms, the kitchen, the television. And if the TV's signal hadn't been lost, he would have seen the carnage waiting for him outside.
Wind gusts of up to 45 miles an hour have quickly pushed this fire out of control.
Within the last 30 minutes, we have literally seen homes go up in flames. It looks like this one right here behind me is the next one to go.
It was a strange, chaotic type of Armageddon almost morning.
By nightfall, in their eyes, it was Armageddon. With the fire spreading, the Mellos were stuck in a hotel, and well after midnight, Josh still couldn't sleep.
So I went down to the lobby of the hotel and got online, started searching the images, and I remember image 119 was the image of our house up in flames, and you could see our address, and there's no question.
2 days later, on October 25th, they returned to nothing but rubble. Most everything gone.
We just took a few things as mementos.
Is there a Rector set?
Yeah, this was a toy of our son's, and we wanted something. We wanted to leave with something to carry forward, I guess. I think we'll always look at this, and it'll be that part of our lives. I saved this. This is part of a Santa. We had all our Christmas decorations in the attic, and I just saw that. It was kind of shimmering, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that. That's all I have left of my Christmas stuff.
But this Christmas was about to be rescued by a most unexpected person. Someone flamboyant, Someone whose image was soiled last year because of a positive steroid test and suspension. Someone with a nickname in a dance called Lights Out. Someone who in his first game after the fire wanted to cheer up the masses.
No one knew that I was going to do it. And when I came out with a fireman's helmet on, I mean, the place just went nuts. The place went wild, and I think that people needed that.
But Merriman's other plan was to cheer up a family. And now the timing was right, because he had just started the construction firm, Lights Out Development Group.
Like I said, I've been through the fires, literally. I mean, I've been, I've lost homes, and I know the feeling. And like I always said, if I was ever in a situation, ever in a position to help someone else, either rebuild homes or get back on their feet, that I would.
Grateful his own home was still standing, his intention was to rebuild the first house in San Diego at cost. Through a mutual friend, his company heard about a young couple who was underinsured and in a rental home, expecting to spend Christmas and the next 2 years waiting for their house to be rebuilt.
Our first thoughts when this first happened is we're going to be in a rental, and who knows where, and who knows what we'll have or be able to give to the kids.
Days after the fire, Josh and Krista Mello were summoned to their charred, empty lot for a meeting with Merriman. They told him their story. He told them his. And then he made a promise.
I told them that we'll have it up and ready for them by Christmas. I want this Christmas to be something that they won't forget, you know, for the rest of their life. So I'll try to make that happen.
It'll be the biggest, probably, time of our lives, besides losing our home, is gaining a home. Yeah.
To document the moment, Merriman asked for a photograph.
He said, "This is a before picture, and I'm going to stand right here for the after picture, too."
Just 29 days after the fire, the foundation was poured for the Mellos' new home. And the family was hands-on.
Okay, now don't touch anything. It'll be there forever. Now you come and actual cement is being poured. And so you see each stage, and now it is coming to life. So I think I can say the house will be built.
Week by week, the Mellos were amazed to see a house take shape.
Look how big this hole is.
In the middle of what Merriman called a war zone.
I mean, if you go through the neighborhood and you still see, I mean, it's right here. You still see things that was burned and haven't even been touched yet. Yet we have a major part of the house completed.
And on several of his off days, even Merriman came for some lifting.
You know, you don't have to be here. You can just show up at the end and just cut the ribbon.
No, I want to be able to talk to the family and say that, you know, I seen that wall go up. I seen the foundation of the concrete poured down from the start, and I think that, you know, regardless of what happens, I think they'll always remember me as a part of their home.
Now I'm gonna show you my new touchdown dance, and we'll do a front flip, land with a tuck, and a split off of this.
56 days. In the end, that's how long it took to take a burning house and bring it back to life. 56. Shawne Merriman's number. He had been there for the before picture, and living up to his promise, Merriman was back for the after picture.
To see this home being built from the rubble, it really, it gives you hope that all the homes are going to be rebuilt. The neighborhood's going to be back to what it was, and people will move back in, and everything will be exactly what it was.
Tom Friend reporting. After the fires, the Mellos were told it would take 2 years to rebuild their home, mostly because of the paperwork. But Merriman and his builders were able to expedite the process. 29 days after the fires were put out, Lights Out Development was the first construction company in San Diego cleared to start rebuilding. When we return, viewers weigh in on the document that's shaken the baseball world. The Mitchell Report. It's been 10 days